start a business? How do you take an idea from a light bulb in your brain to earning your first sale? I thought that because there are at least 1 million podcasts, master classes, frameworks, PDFs online, that nobody would really care how we started our business. But because we're a bootstrap, start from scratch operation, we found a lot of people ask, what do I do to get my first sale? Or what do I do to just get started? So I'm going to kind of walk through how we did that literally backwards. But it's not a concept that we made up. This is called reverse engineering. And essentially, you take your end goal, the biggest thing that you want to become, and you put it on a pedestal and you really dream big and you think about it and you write everything down, and then you work your way backwards to where you are right now, and that allows you to take your next step to bridging that gap. So for us, we thought about our package on the porch moment and we worked backwards from there. Now, we are a mostly digitally native company. And what that means is that we will probably never see our customers face to face, to smile at them, to shake their hand, to thank them in person for being part of our community. So how do we make them feel special without ever looking them directly in their eyes? We knew that we wanted custom manufactured tees and hoodies. We knew we wanted our tags in the neck. We knew we wanted our products to feel like luxury goods. We knew we wanted impeccable printing. We knew we wanted to include handwritten notes and all of the details in our packaging. But at first, when you're thinking about that big concept, some of those things feel impossible, mostly because they become costly. If it was as easy as picking all of the luxury extras to put on your products and get them to your customer without any added cost, I don't think any brand would struggle to keep going. So what reverse engineering or working backwards did for us was helped us prioritize down to where we stood in that day. We were able to say, you know what, today we need a tax ID number and we need to start looking for manufacturers. And just because this process seems simple, it doesn't mean that there aren't hurdles. At literally every step, you're going to have to decide, is this the thing that we can spend less on and still get good quality? Is this the thing that we've got to throttle forward on? Is this something that we can wait until later? But the one thing I will tell you with working this process backwards was at every step of the way, there was some little hurdle that made me think, oh, this is probably where a lot of people quit. And if I can just take one incremental step forward and not quit, I know I can win. If at every place that you feel like you want to cry or pull your hair out, if you just hold on, the momentum that is on the other side of solving a problem when everything is on your shoulders is something you can't get anywhere else. You can't buy it. You can't ask for it. You can only build it within yourself. So for the Hoops question of the week, I like this one. I'll probably say that about all of them, but I know it's March Madness time, but what did you think of Unrivaled? Okay, so I loved Unrivaled. I give it a 10 out of 10. If you're unfamiliar with Unrivaled, Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 league started by WNBA players Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart, and this year was their first year, and they just wrapped up their championship week last week. So 6 teams, 6 players on each team, and they play 3-on-3. It's a shorter court. It's amazing. 3 things off the top that I loved about it. Number 1, the format. At the start of the 4th quarter, the team with more points, so let's say my team is winning by 5. Take the winning team's score, add 11, and then both teams play till that target. What does that give you? A game winner every game. The second thing that I loved about it was the competitiveness. If you watch the competitiveness of the WNBA, of Unrivaled, you will understand why women's sports are on the rise. It's fun to watch because they play so hard. They're playing for everything. And I think what helped with Unrivaled is there was money on the line that was significant, more money than these players are making in the WNBA, and so they are busting their butt for it. The shorter court lends itself to really good on-ball defenders and players that run and get out and sprint. So it was just really exciting. And then the third thing is the viewer experience. So unfortunately, I didn't get to go to any games in Miami, but as a fan at home, the experience was incredible. WNBA, sometimes you're watching games at all wacky times. Watch things on the app, but sometimes they would be blacked out. For Unrivaled, it was TNT or True TV, and you could tune in. There was a pregame show on the WNBA app. There's nothing pregame. You're watching the same commercials all year long. With Unrivaled, the viewer experience, the behind the scenes, the photography, the videography, the social media, it was awesome. And on top of that, the moody, dark court with the purple and the blue, it all just did it for me. Chef's kiss. For a league in their first year, I give it a 10 out of 10. So a couple favorites. Let's see what I asked for. My favorite team was the Lunar Owls. I just felt like they were so connected. I love watching connected basketball. My favorite player, Skylar Diggins-Smith. She is the ultimate competitor. Love watching her play. And the most exciting moment was the mid-season one-on-one tournament. Are you kidding me? Watching the bigs just dominate these guards. The guards often get a lot of attention in women's hoops. And the bigs were like, no, we're going to block these shots. We're going to run up the score. I loved it. I can't wait to see what they do next year. And I think it is an amazing thing for women to not have to leave their families, go overseas to be able to hoop in the off-season. Some things you read, you'll never forget. And something that I lean back into almost every day is, so there's this bodybuilder that I follow, and he's like 45, and he's just shredded. And something he always says is, I don't do anything special, I just don't quit. I think people trying to start anything can take so much from that. I don't do anything special, I just don't quit.